Russian sanctions, if you're not rethinking of a network minus the monopolized network that we see today where countries store their funds, then we must think about it. And I'm pretty sure that by now there must be many countries going through serious brainstorming sessions where they need a network that is not monopolized by a petrodollar, that is not controlled by a superpower. Now, not to forget that there are an estimated worth of 12 trillion US dollar funds stored in this network, and many countries don't want to go through the same sanctions, the same problems that Russia is. Now, this is another debate, who is right and who is wrong between Russia and Ukraine. That's a separate subject. But what Russians are going through, look what country wants to go through. Obviously, a very strong candidate is gold. But the problem with gold is that it cannot be transported. So, for example, given the Ukraine situation, 52 million US dollar worth cryptos were donated to Ukraine, but you cannot certainly donate 52 million dollar worth gold to Ukraine to help the country in crisis. Now, another problem with gold is that it's gold, and the gold funds do not pay you dividends, which again needs another asset that gives you the return on your investments, even for countries and even for investors. Now, again, getting back to the Russian sanctions, this network is very much needed because you don't want your assets to be controlled. You don't want your assets to be monopolized or centrally controlled by a superpower who may dictate the situation, the geopolitical situation. As I said, gold is a very good candidate, but it has two problems: the transportation, and the funds or the gold do not pay you dividends or interest. Now, how can BTC or Bitcoin, hypothetically at least, benefit from the entire situation? The high interest rate make it more compelling to own lower risk bonds because the gold and gold funds, as I said, they do not pay interest or dividends. But Bitcoin just does certainly, because it's decentralized, it does certainly pay you quite a good interest, pay you quite a good return on your investments. So now let's see how gold and Bitcoin comparatively have been performing ever since the war broke out. Bitcoin had appreciated about 16% in its price since 24th of Feb. Obviously, the price had been pretty much volatile, and the gold had saw a surge of just 5 to 6% ever since the war happened on 24th of Feb. Do leave me a comment and let me know what you think of: is gold a better candidate or is Bitcoin a better candidate, and which of these two assets have been performing well